代償もなく願いを叶えられることもありえない。いずれ去る時に必ず言霊で心をねじ曲げることになる。あなたは今何色ですか？知らない。
宇宙人未来人超能力者がいたら私のところに来なさい。宇宙人未来人
テレビアニメ「鈴宮春日の憂鬱」はご覧の時間で放送スタート。
ただの人間には興味ありません。
くらまう夜にも一度夢を見よう。現実を脱ぎ捨て花になろう。遥かな風のささやき耳を澄ませば
Hello, and welcome back to Sakura Musubi. And let's get started with today's read-through. It's going to be a short one. Okay, this is how you do it? Okay. I think I got it right. Alright. I feel like listening to the OST. So listen to this. Now then. Kei-chan just wouldn't stop blowing into my ear, even though I told him not to. How in the world did it come to this? And he was smirking while watching me squirm. He's a hentai, a total hentai. I only blew it lightly in her ear to get back at Osana Najimi for her unreasonable demands. I had a good bottle of sake at the shopping district, and the way home was just too much. Oni-chan! Why does my kawaii no imoto have to look at me with such sad eyes? Calm down, Sakura. It's a misunderstanding, or rather, a fabrication. Wait, let me adjust the volume. It's hurting my ears. There you go. Fabrication? Then who was it that was smirking at the entrance just now, saying your face is bright red? I said it. I admit it. I definitely said those words. However, I didn't say it like some literous old man. We're already late, so go get dinner ready or something. Boo! Boo! Now, Kei-chan, you must be mistaking me for some kind of rice cooking tool. You're the one who invited me over to be your taste tester. But yeah, it does feel wrong to just sit here and eat. As I tried to stand, Momiji's hand on my shoulder stopped me. Yeah. Then there's no point in inviting you. Today, you are to concentrate solely on eating. What does she want me to do? Perhaps finding our exchange funny, Sakura let out a small reserved giggle. Momiji Onea-chan, can I do the rest? You must be tired from shopping, right? Ah, geez. You too, Sakura? I'm just kidding. So stay seated. Kei-chan, you can dote on Sakura for me, okay? I don't know if I can be a substitute for you, but I'll keep her company within the bounds of common sense as her Onisan. That's great, isn't it? He said he'll dote on you lots. What's that supposed to mean? Well then, this nuisance will take her leave. Please enjoy some private time together as brother and sister until dinner is ready. With a bow so deep it was almost sarcastic, Momiji left the room. With a faint sound, the Fusuma sliding shut as the last noise. The room fell silent as the last noise. I guess this is what they generally call an awkward atmosphere. Lately, whenever I'm alone with Sakura, the atmosphere sometimes becomes like this. I can't even remember us having a proper fight, nor do I feel like she's avoiding me. If anything, for a brother and sister, you could say we get along so well it's almost creepy. So, this must be that age. It's all summed up in that one phrase. Something that will follow us from now on. It's probably just a perfectly normal problem like that. Oni-chan, you see, when I was lost in thought, Sakura was the one who spoke up. But she had a slightly tense expression, the kind she makes when she has something unpleasant to talk about. I'm sorry about today. See, I knew it. There's nothing to apologize for, is there? But I caused you trouble again. Her face fell, looking completely dejected as she looked down. Kite, Sakura. She's at that age now. Even though I'm always telling myself that, my hand reached out before I knew it. The moment I touched her hair, Sakura flinched. She didn't resist, and I could feel the tension gradually leaving her small body. Don't worry about things like that, okay? Her beautiful prized hair, well, prized mainly by me, anyway, flew about in a mess. Okay. She nodded and quietly lifted her face. Her eyebrows were still drooped, but a small smile played on her lips. So, are you really feeling all better now? Yeah, it wasn't an illness or anything. I just felt a little sick and then moved around, so... Then that's fine. I gave her one last gentle pat before pulling my hand away. The way her tangled hair rustled as it fell back into place seemed somehow reluctant to part. That feeling wasn't from Sakura, who was probably up looking quietly. Not at all. It was probably directed at my own actions. Or perhaps it was born from a desire for my Imoto to feel that reluctance. Arigato, Oni-chan. I found myself averting my gaze from Sakura, who was now smiling, her cheeks blushing. I wonder, when did it start? When did Sakura start calling me Oni-chan? When did I become Sakura's Oni-chan? Was it when Okasa gave birth to Sakura? Was it when Sakura acknowledged me as her Oni-chan? All I know is that by the time I was old enough to understand, Sakura was already there beside me, looking up with an anxious expression. Oni-chan? That girl has always been the only one in this world. My Taisetsu na Imoto. Here, have some tea. It's hot. You have to blow it up. You have to blow on it, okay? Don't be ridiculous. Even though the teacup I snatched was quite hot, I felt like I couldn't back down. So, I took a sip. Yeah, hot! It was unbelievably hot. Mate, don't be reckless in weird places. Moo, moo. Showing off her specialty cow imitation, Momiji ran noisily to the kitchen. When she returned, she held this dish towel and a piece of ice in her hand. Here, be a good boy, say ah. It's today say ah day. More importantly, will holding ice in my mouth really help? I have my doubts, but given the situation, I had no choice but to comply obediently. A cool sensation spread pleasantly over my tongue. Hey, are you okay? Good. Kei-chan, you're not a Kodomo, you know. Pouting discontentedly, she poked my cheek, which was bulging from the ice. Goody. It was completely my own fault, so I couldn't even resist. Worry, but still. Yeah, go man. I know you don't like it, but before I realized it, I just... Boy. What do people generally call that harassment? Goody. She's doing it even as she speaks. Because you're so stubborn about every little thing, Kei-chan. It makes me want to take care of you somehow. Even so, there's a limit. Blowing it. What am I? A baby? Don't you have a side like that? I'm troubled if you ask for my agreement on that. Well, I can't deny it, but still. An adult surely wouldn't burn themselves for such a silly reason. When I tried the kocha again, thanks to the coolness of the ice and Momiji's efforts, it had reached just the right warmth. Even so, it still stung my tongue a little. Well, that's part of the charm. Eva had to force herself to drink it. Should I bring another piece of ice? And perhaps because it showed on my face a bit, she poked my cheek again, this time with a gentle smile. Hey, I may indeed be a brat, but you're still too soft, Momiji. I may not want to hear that from you, of all people, Kei-chan. Yeah, certainly. I may be soft on Sakura too, but Sakura is my blood sister. Very important. Very important to know, guys. Very important. This is important. To me, she is my only Kazuku in this world. That's why me being soft on Sakura as her Oni-chan, Momiji being soft on me as the Osana Najimi. Even if they're both soft, mine and Momiji's are surely different in type and meaning. It's not just that. You worry about their others, Kei-chan, but when it comes to yourself, you dislike it too much. Sounds like Momiji from my perspective, but really, if I was worrying about things, I wouldn't be here now, and there'll be no say, At least with you, I don't have to hold back. Sorry to say. Jeez, see? You immediately worry unnecessarily like that. She pinched my cheek with all her might. Did she take it as me doing it again right after she said it? Or did she just not like the fact that I said don't worry about Momochi? Either way, the pain transmitted from my cheek indicated that her anger was genuine. That's harsh. If I don't worry, you'll pinch me. If I do worry, you complain. Whatever. Please, just become an old man like this, Kei-chan, and meet a sad end without anyone at your deathbed. Here she goes again, saying extreme things. Right back at you. Even if you don't take care of me at the end, at least she will. I don't think that shell can do it. Hey now, don't say things like that, even as a joke. Sakura certainly was prone to illness, and she worried me. But it's not like she has an incurable disease. She seemed a little unwell today, for the first time in a while. But Momoji should know that without me having to say it. Go man. It's probably not meaning. It's not the meaning you're thinking of, Kei-chan. So don't make such a scary face. It's just if, okay? If you were to die first, Kei-chan, I wonder if Sakura could go on living. If I die, Sakura will die too. So because I care for my Imoto, I can't die before Sakura, and I can't have Sakura at my deathbed. What nonsense. It's true. The current me is probably overprotective of Sakura. I'll probably continue to be so as much as possible. But that is my duty as a Oni-chan, not something unnecessary for Sakura to live. So to speak, it's my personal stubbornness. If I die, surely Sakura will grieve. That's natural. We're a Kazuku of just two. Blood siblings. Very important to know, guys. But even if I'm gone, Sakura's Momochi. She has Karen. She'll make more friends from now on too. She might even get a Karashi. Someday, surely the day will come when she marries and builds a Kazuku. Will Sakura find someone or some place to replace me first? Or will the time come first when I must leave Sakura due to some circumstances? That's just a matter of order. Someday, definitely. The day will definitely come when Sakura no longer needs my protection. It must come. I'm not as stupid as you, Kei-chan. Stupid or not, that's a completely childish rebuttal. By not retorting with a knee-jerk reaction, I must be more mature than Momochi. Probably, presumably, surely. Well, honestly, I haven't thought as far as after I die. I have you too, after all. Being relied on for something like that doesn't make me happy. What a selfish girl. What do I have to do to satisfy you? Should I just listen to whatever you say? Momochi looked up at the ceiling, making a muffled sound. Is it such a difficult problem that she has to rethink it? If only you would be happily and obediently do as I say, Kei-chan. That means being a yes man. Are you telling me to become a servant or something? That's not a job. Doing it reluctantly is no good. Tatoeba. Let's see. Momoji flashed a fake grin. How does she make such a pleasant expression so instantly? Just like that, she leaned against me. What are you doing? Tatoeba. Just for example, wouldn't it solve things if we had this kind of relationship? Huh? What kind of crazy talk is that? What's with that attitude? We promised, didn't we? That you become my husband, Kei-chan, and live together forever with Sakura and me. I certainly did say that on my own volition, not as a joke, and we made a promise. But that was during playing house when we were little. It was a past I want to forget. But I can't because she went around telling everyone back then. So even now, it's occasionally brought up as a joke. Or rather, isn't that what you call trauma? Or what? Are you dissatisfied with it? With this? It comes with a house and land as a bonus. I actually think it's quite a bargain. Momiji giggled. Obviously, she was just teasing me. Even so. Is it decided I'm marrying into your family? Because Papa is loud about saying do it that way. What is he saying now? That man. Well, considering our family circumstances, that would be more realistic. Even in terms of appearance, well, it's not something to be called this kind of thing. In fact, she's actually pretty cute, right? Speaking calmly and objectively as a general rule, of course. She's a good caretaker, and she's a master at housework. She definitely has the makings of a good wife. And as for marrying into her family, well, I don't really have any attachment to my last name, or rather, I don't have one to be attached to. Yeah. Mate. Hold on a sec. Why am I suddenly thinking so concretely about the process leading up to marriage? Chronologically speaking, we should start out as a couple. Yeah. It's all a Jodan. Anyway, Jodan. No matter how much it goes on about promises, there's no way you should bring up something from that long ago, right? Yeah. Come on. Don't think about it too hard. Huh? I was just giving an example. I'm sure you know, but it's all 100% a joke. That's the part where you laugh, okay? Right? Yeah. It's just, you know. I can't say it. I can't possibly tell her that I was actually thinking about it that seriously. Your face is all red. It's red all the way up to your neck. She must have been incredibly embarrassed. Momiji averted her gaze from me and disappeared into the kitchen, muttering something about having to do the dishes. If she's going to get that flustered, she shouldn't have brought it up in the first place. Well, it's my fault for not shooting her down right away, but when all is said and done, Momiji is still closer to me than any other girl I know. It would be a lie to say I don't think of her that way at all. And as for whether it's realistic or not, Oni-chan, do you want to marry Momiji One-chan? I wonder. Like she was wearing a hood. She covered her hair and mouth with a towel and stared at me. Hey, I don't remember raising you to be an eavesdropper. But when I got out of the opera, One-chan was proposing to Oni-chan. Yeah. I ruffled her hair through the towel, and Sakura squirmed with a laugh. Oni-chan's face is all red too. Is that mouth of yours the one making mischief? I covered her mouth with one hand and forcefully pulled her whole body towards me. Wafu! Her small body settled into my arms, so easily it was almost anticlimactic. She's as light as ever. If she tried running around with other kids in this delicate body, of course she'd collapse. Usha. Whether she was aware of her Oni-chan's worries or not, I don't know. But Sakura eagerly sat down between my legs. Oni-chan, you're embarrassed to have me look in your face. Maybe I should put more effort into that. Sakura's laughter, which I could feel through my body, was very pleasant and a little ticklish. You're surprisingly mean, Sakura. Momiji's so embarrassed, but you keep dragging it out. What? I'm not teasing Momiji, One-chan. Is that so? Then let's drop this for Momiji's sake, okay? I smothered down the hair I thoroughly messed up through the towel. Okay. With a laugh, Sakura nodded obediently and relaxed her whole body, leaning against me. Oni-chan, Scrub, scrub. Scrub, scrub. What are you, a child? My hands started moving before I could finish my sentence, so I had no room to talk. Indeed, Sakura seemed intent on pretending she couldn't hear me, cheerfully swaying her shapely head left and right, in time with my hand movements. In the end, after I finished wiping most of the water away and kneaded her hair, fix her hair. Anyway, you clingy little thing. With that sort of loser like remark, I finally succeeded in pulling my hand away from her pleasantly round head. I'm not clingy, Sakura said happily, and this time she leaned against me, facing me. Then, like a koala, she wrapped her arms around me and I'm just using up what I've saved. Oni-chan, you haven't been playing with me much lately. She rubbed her forehead against me. The bangs I just so neatly arranged was completely ruined. Is that so? It is. Gucci, Gucci. I couldn't understand what was so fun about it, but Sakura seemed to be in a fantastic mood. No need to spoil her fun. Thinking that, I let my hand touch her messy hair, and Sakura lifted her head slightly to start rubbing her cheek against me instead. Just what kind of interest rate does this savings account of yours have? A really big one, maybe? Sakura said with a smile, then buried her cheek in my chest and didn't move. I decided to be a little mean and stopped moving my hand as well. You can't stop. I still have a lot saved up. At that, I could feel the cheek press against my chest, puffed out in the cute pout. It seems her 3 days' worth of savings was a much larger sum than I thought. If I teased her too much, she might start sulking. I decided to just obediently move my hand. Ne, Sakura. You can come to me whenever you want. So, be a good girl, okay? Okay. She mumbled as if speaking directly into my heart, then buried her face into my chest. Wow, you guys really are something today. For a few minutes, it took for Momiji to finish the dishes and return. I kept stroking my Imoto's head. It seems she didn't like the husband bit. For the entire hour it took us to leave the Akino residence, I was subjected to Momiji's endless teasing. Well then, Oyasumi, to this hentai who gets his kicks blowing in girls' ears, hugging his Imoto, and petting her head. The way she came out to see us off, even though I said she didn't have to, just to say that, makes me think this might drag on if I let it be. Momiji on there, Chan. That was my fault for being too clingy, so... Forget it, Sakura. Momiji's just jealous, thinking you're going to steal her husband. I'm not jealous of her, Kei-chan. I'm just worried about my favorite Tenchi, Sakura. Might fall prey to a hentai's evil fangs. That's all, right? I wonder why the cheek she was rubbing against Sakura was dyed in a normally bright red. Besides, even for Momiji, my is just impossible. Unless, tatoeba, the blood had rushed to her head. Momiji One-chan, your cheek is hot. And at that, even Sakura started laughing at Momiji. For her to be laughing like this, Momiji's face must have gotten hot at an incredible rate. I'm shocked to think even Sakura would tease me. Go in. It's just rare to see you like this, Momiji One-chan. That's because she has no experience with romance. I don't want to hear that from you, Kei-chan. I gave Momiji a light poke as she stuck out her tongue and slipped out the door before she could retaliate. The chill was nothing compared to this evening, and I couldn't help but shiver. Soyeba, I completely forgot about changing our clothes for the season. I should ask her about it tomorrow. I thought, staring at my Osana and Jimmy's still sulking face. But knowing me, I'll probably have forgotten all about it again by tomorrow. Well, Yasumi, Staritama. Yasumi, Oni-chan. Momiji then dropped her pout. Normally, I should probably just leave it at that, and Momiji would probably keep pouting out of stubbornness. But that wasn't. But that wasn't what normal for me and Momiji Akino knew. As I stared silently at her profile, a silent glance peeked my way in. A shy glance. Bye bye, Kei-chan. Bye bye. She said those words with a kind of fervor one might use for a spell. It's probably a kind of habit, something she doesn't even think too deeply about. And after being repeated enough to become a habit, it's been perfectly ingrained in me as well. Bye bye, Momiji. Bro, I guess they live in the wait, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm calling it super early. I did say it's gonna be short. Well, I didn't expect it to be this short, but I'm really feeling really tired. Super short, man. Anyway, I hope you guys are watching, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. Hopefully, we'll do more than 30 minutes. No, this is even probably less than 30 minutes. This is probably like 25, 24. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Ciao.
私くらいの年ってさ、もっと刺激的な毎日があるって思ってたのに。もうつまんなくて死にそう。ちょっと聞いてんの？せめてあんたが宇宙人だったらいいのに。
テレビアニメ「涼宮ハルヒの憂鬱」DVD シリーズ発売。
バカみたい。
いつかたどり着けるきっと君に寄り添うため何度もすれ違いそれでも信じて召喚に従い参上した。と王、あなたが私のマスターか。
Fate, stay night.